Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the San Diego Padres and the Chicago Cubs. It's Cubs baseball on the show next. John Lester, the southpaw out of the state of Washington, will be the starter. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, Matty, he's looking to knock down that ERA. You see there, he's into the fours, looking to have a little better start than what he's been accustomed to.
John Jay heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Center fielder number 24, John Jay.
Underway this evening as the first pitch is taken for strike one as we get started right on time at 7:05 p.m. EK, as we look at the Cubs entering play here tonight, they've been in a serious tailspin of late, winning just once in their previous 10 games.
And it's been a little bit of a rocky start to the homestand. Just one win to show for their first 4 games. I think it starts with the pitching. They've got to get a good performance out of this starter if they want to turn around their fortunes.
And that's a setup pitch right there, 1-2. And we could be in for a cold one tonight. 52 degrees at game time, but should see the 40s before we're through. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Lester gets the sign. Here's the 1-2. And this is swung on and missed on a great pitch that time, and the leadoff man is down on strikes to get this one started. And here's a chance to look at the starting 9 for the visiting San Diego Padres. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Steve?
Well, they're facing a guy today that throws a lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike one. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Tap fouled at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he takes strike 3 called, and it's a pair of punch-outs that begin the ball game. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, defensively, they have the lowest fielding percentage in the majors. Not a lot of fun when you're out on the mound and you don't know if the guys behind you are going to make the play. We'll see what happens here.
Matt Kemp will stand in for the first time now, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark to begin play.
Yeah, Matty, he has been having a nice season for sure, but when you look into the numbers a little more closely, he's been scuffling a little bit lately, hitting under 250 over his last 10 games.
And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Well, Ferg, as he's known amongst baseball people, really does call a good game back there. He might reward a pitcher for a good location every once in a while, but most of his calls, they seem to be spot on.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now.
And that questionable call on the previous pitch, it really changes the at-bat because he doesn't want to just lay one in there on 2-0. Now it's 3-0, and the tide is not working in his favor.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Just getting things underway here at Wrigley. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full, 3-2.
And, you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Hot shot to third. Bryant is up with it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Vargas will be on the mound for the series opener. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, if you take a look at that whip, you can see he's been struggling all year long. A lot of base runners.
Well, there you see Dexter Fowler as he'll be the one to commence the action in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
Into the seats, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Chop foul right at home plate. And Fowler swings and misses as he's retired for round number 1. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. What's the key to sending fans home smiling tonight, Steve?
Well, they got to hit the ball somehow, man. They're dead last in hits, and it's so hard to get a rally going if you can't string together hits consistently, and they have not been doing that.
Jason Hayward will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s.
Yeah, and he leads his ball club in hitting, so he's a guy that they really look to offensively.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Eric, this Padre team, as they take the field here tonight, they're on a nice little run, winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
Yeah, but they've got a tough assignment on the mound here tonight, so they're going to have their hands full. But the way they've been playing, I get the sense that no one in that dugout's too concerned.
And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at how the Padres align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, they have a man on the mound, high ERA. That usually means there's a lot of hard hit balls. So this defense, they're going to have to be ready with that leather out there.
Chris Bryant will stand in, hoping to perhaps pick up a base hit so we can climb over that Mendoza line.
Come on, you look at the numbers on this guy, and you have to wonder, why does he continue to be in the lineup? He's got 1 hit in his last 10 games. Come on.
Here's the first pitch to him. Now there's a changeup to start him out, but it drops low and away for ball 1. You'd have to say, so far, so good here for the rookie.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting ahead. He's mixing his pitches. You'd like to put up a 0 to get that first inning out of the way, and he's close to making that happen.
And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
Three and 0 now.
Now you've got the big thunder coming next, so you do not want to lose this guy.
2 out, nobody on. And no doubt about this one, it's in there, 3-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Three-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
Well, this is turning into a real dogfight now.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And take a good look there as this misses for ball 4, and the Cubs have themselves a 2-out base runner.
Well, he's going to find that hitters in the big leagues are much more patient than they were down at AAA. So a strikeout in the minors turns into a walk at this level.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
And you know what, guys? It's just not getting a whole lot better for this guy either. He's hitting under 230 over his last 10 games.
0-1's the count.
Swung on and missed that time. It's 0-1.
One thing this guy's going to need tonight, he's going to need to work from ahead in the count. He's still figuring out how to pitch at the major league level, and he'll have a much easier time of it if he can dictate the game.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And a wasted pitch there, 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. One left for the Cubs. After one, no score. Derek Norris makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
Number 3, Derek Norris.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Oh, a very hittable pitch, too. That's a middle-of-the-plate fastball, and he's not going to get away with too many of those tonight.
Lester has his target, 0-1 on its way.
Ball.
And he misses with it, 1-1.
1-1.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And it's a fly out to start the second, 1 away.
I think that's a situation where he just wasn't ready for the fastball. And it got on him too quickly and just hits a lazy fly ball to right.
Standing in now, Melvin Upton Jr. As he'll take a look at ball 1. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. No home runs as of yet, and 8 runs batted in. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
Here it comes, 2-0. 3-0 now.
3-0.
Jose Perella is on deck. And no doubt about this one, it's in there, 3-1. Smoked on the ground left side. And a base hit, the first one of the game for the Padres.
Just a 3-1 challenge right there. Fastball, middle in, and he takes a direct route to this thing and drives it for a knock.
Stepping in now, Jose Perella. As he'll line this one foul to the right side out of play, it's strike 1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
0-2 count, and the pitch. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Here it comes on 0-2. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Boy, and this is just one of those spots where there's not a guy around that was going to do anything with this location. Here it is, knee high on the inside corner. There was no way for him to pull the trigger on that one.
Here's the shortstop, Alexi Ramirez, as he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. 3 homers and 11 RBIs. The 1-0 delivery. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
Well, they're trying to make something out of this inning after all. He's off and running here with 2 away, and he gets into second safely. So now all it'll take is a base hit to get us our first run of the game.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Zobrist is there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Padres leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ben Zobrist strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Ben Zobrist.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Behind on that one. Now behind in the count. 0-1. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a foul tip right into the catcher's glove as he's able to hang on for the first out.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
Into the box, Kyle Schwarber. Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball 1. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. 4 home runs and 5 driven in. That evens it up 1-1. Bottom of the second here with no score. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Well, nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
That's now 3 straight strikeouts going back to last inning. You know, whatever he's throwing, it's working up there.
Addison Russell will stand in, and he wasn't much of a factor yesterday as he took an 0 for 4 in the loss.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We'll move to the third with no score. Adam Rose will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
When you're hitting under 200 on the season, you've got to come up with a good performance every once in a while, and yesterday was one of those.
Lester's ready. First pitch on its way. Sinker to open the AB, and there for strike one. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. One away here to begin the third.
Batting ninth, pitcher, Cesar Vargas.
Into the box now, Cesar Vargas. He'll get to take his first cuts here. That's yanked into the stands, strike one. Third inning, no score to this point. And that one cut a little too much, a ball and a strike. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Hit to third. Bryant's got it. On to first, and there are two down.
Center fielder number 24, John Jay.
John Jay will dig in for a second time. A strikeout victim opening up the ball game. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Hit on the ground to short. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Padres down in order. Home half of the third coming up. No score. David Ross digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Catcher, David Ross.
Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch finds the zone. No balls and a strike to the now 39-year-old veteran.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
And no swing, apparently. Ball one.
And you know, sometimes when you're thinking fastball, you try to get moving just a little bit early. And that's a good job of recognizing off speed and then holding back on the swing.
High in the air out to center field. Jay moves over, makes the play, one away.
Batting ninth.
So with one gone here in the inning, it's time to check out the Cubs' upcoming schedule so you can plan your week around staying at home and watching Cubs baseball here with us. Stepping in, John Lester, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
And there's ball one.
That's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
Hey, if you like a good pitcher's duel, it looks like we've got one brewing right here. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 3rd, and both of these guys look like they have their good stuff.
Dexter Fowler digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Outside at 94, 1 ball and 1 strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. All away here to start the at-bat.
And that's fine, but you can't be afraid to work inside. You can jam this guy. Get him to roll over something. You don't have to strike him out.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Ramirez will wait on it, and that will retire the side. Cubs are down in order. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Will Myers is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Hit hard back up the middle, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. So with the leadoff man aboard, we take a trip into the recent past here as we call on our graphic for today's edition of This Date in Baseball History. Matt Kemp stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Now here's a good spot to finally break through against this guy. You've got the leadoff man on, the heart of the order's coming up, and maybe this is a good chance to get that goose egg off the scoreboard.
Lester sets. Here's the 0-1. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. No runs, 2 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Padres. And another foul ball. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And reined in, 1 away.
The catcher, number 3.
Yeah, and anytime you can get a guy like this to hit a ball like that, well, you know you've won the battle out there on the mound, and that was a good pitch.
The catcher, Derek Norris, is in as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
In the dirt, it's 3-0 now.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now. And a full count now, 3-2.
Might not be a bad time to have a look over to first. Make sure they don't have any ideas of trying to send him to keep out of the double play.
Grounded back up the middle. Flip of his glove for one. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're back with more on this Monday night after this. Jason Hayward is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Still pretty early, but they don't have any hits yet, so you need to get it going offensively.
First delivery to him on the way. Slapped hard the opposite way, and he makes a great diving stop for the out.
Oh, you know this ball was ticketed for left field right there, but look at the athleticism. He closes ground quickly and then pulls this ball in right at full stretch. That's as good as it can be done out there.
Chris Bryant will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Here's a high pop-up. Perella is there for it. He's got it, and there are two down now.
These guys are still looking for that elusive first hit, and this never had a chance of being the one. Just an easy pop-up as he keeps rolling right along.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in now with two away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. And he misses again, 2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Pretty good cut there, but it's to 2-1 now. Living a little dangerously here.
Yeah, you don't have to go looking for trouble. Trouble will find you if you're putting pitches there.
Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Fastball, then this one runs in on him as he has to dance out of danger there.
And even 3-2, I don't know if you want to challenge him here. Better to put him on than to give up a solo home run.
Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Lifted the other way to left center. Calling for it, Upton. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. Melvin Upton Jr. Heads for the box to start off the fifth in this one.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
And Lester back to work as this is swung on and missed for the first strike. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, then maybe your offense can go from there.
Lester into his motion, ready with the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
Well, he almost hit him on the last pitch, and he's showing he doesn't care. He's coming right back inside.
To 2-2 now.
Yeah, kind of a late decision to swing there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
Got him.
I think we expected to see a well-pitched game coming in, and we got one. Starting to look like the team who scores first might be the one who wins.
Jose Perella in now. He went down looking at his first trip to the plate.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hit hard to short. Russell has it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Well, that's a nice job right there to readjust to that curveball. I don't know if he was sitting on it or what, but he certainly hit it hard. Unfortunately for him, right at someone.
Into the box, Alexi Ramirez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. No runs, 2 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. And he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. Halfway home, still. Comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Absolutely nothing going on in this game so far, so we'll see if the leadoff man can get something going.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Two-one pitch, a circle change taken for a called strike 2. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight.
And I'll tell you what, he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now. And he's also taking some chances with location, but he's thinking he's bulletproof out there, and so far he has been.
Striding into the box, Kyle Schwarber. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
And here's a ball hit in the air. On the move is Kemp. He gets there, and that's the second out. A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. Addison Russell stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. In there at the knees, strike 1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
And this is part of why he's had a lot of success so far. He's done a lot of work on the edges and stayed out of the middle of the strike zone.
That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Cubs are down in order. 6th inning coming up. Still zip, zip. Adam Rosales will step in to get the Friars going here in their half of inning number 6.
Third baseman, Adam Rosales.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1.
Well, it's just game 1 of this series, but you almost have to wonder if they forgot to pack their offense when they got on the plane. It's been nowhere to be found so far.
Liner towards second. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances.
And when your guy hasn't given up any hits, there's definitely a pressure to at least get a run on the scoreboard, and that's a good first step there.
The pitcher, Cesar Vargas, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. To second for 1, on to first, and they get the double play.
Well, the whole ballpark knows he's bunting, so there's no catching him by surprise here. He kind of winds up jabbing at this one, and he hits it a little too hard. No hesitation this time as the throw goes to second, then on to first, and it ended up being a pretty easy double play.
In now is John Jay, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on. This is line to left. Schwarber is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Padres go down quietly. We are still scoreless. David Ross will get settled in here as the Cubs look to get it going in their half of the 6th.
Catcher, David Ross.
Padres are going to get something going out in the bullpen now as a left-hander has stood up to throw. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Jay. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
The first thing a pitcher does when he walks out of the tunnel here at Wrigley, he'll take a look at those flags and see which way they are blowing. I mean, this place, it can play like two totally separate ballparks from one day to the next.
John Lester is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. First offering on its way. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball one.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
Hit hard towards the hole. And that's through for a base hit. And the no-hitter is gone.
Leave it to the pitcher to come up with their first hit. I think even he can't really believe it.
Here comes the Padre manager up out of the dugout heading for the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. He'll depart with our score tied, and he'll still be accountable for the runner at first, and the best he can do is a no decision in this one. Brad Hand will come on now as he inherits a runner at first with already one out in the inning.
Brad Hand.
Dexter Fowler will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Chop foul at the plate. Strike one. Here comes the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. In the dirt here. But fortunately here, no advance. The 1-2 pitch. And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Ball three. 3-2 now.
Now the question, do you send the guy on 3-2 with one out? You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
Runner at first here, one man out. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are two gone.
As you can see right here, his timing just seems to be off a little bit at the plate right now. And you know what? That can happen during the course of the season. You're not always going to have your good swing. And he's the kind of guy that's got a lot of moving parts in that swing. So maybe he's at the point now in the season where he might need just a little time off so he can get back to the basics.
Here's Jason Hayward now. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The 0-1 on its way. Ripped down the first base line. But this will get foul for strike two. A runner on first with two away. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Cubs strand one, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Neither team denting the run column quite yet as we look at the game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Will Myers is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
Still no runs on the board for either team, and it might come down to who can manufacture a run first.
Line toward the alley in left center. And that's going to be a base hit. So there's the possible go-ahead run aboard to kick off the 7th.
Well, here we are. It's the second month of the season, and this guy is showing no signs of slowing down. Got himself another multi-hit ball game here.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And coming up, the dangerous right fielder, Matt Kemp. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
I think a lot of pitching coaches would like to see that first pitch strike ratio better than about 60%, but that's what he's got going for him tonight, and he's pitched very well.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Boy, I'll tell you, to be down 0-2 against a guy like this with the stuff he's got tonight, not a comfortable spot to be in.
And a real chess match going on over there at first now as he steps off to stare him back. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out.
Nope.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding on.
And there's one that misses to Kemp as he works it back to 2-2. And that last pitch was number 74 for Lester in this one. Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be two? Zobrist on to Rizzo, but a little slow in developing as they'll just get the one out.
Now batting, catcher, Derek Norris.
Derek Norris will dig in. He's flown out and hit into a double play in 2 trips. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. Squared that one up just a little late. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. One and two now as that's in there at the knees.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
He continues to pitch well out there. Here's his pitch breakdown.
Melvin Upton Jr.
Melvin Upton Jr. will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. He's set. Here it comes. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Maybe a spot to pitch out on 0-1.
Well, I think he wants to go, no doubt. Might not be too bad an idea.
2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And a cut fastball here that he started off a bit too far inside. It nearly got him. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. Sent on the ground out to second. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the 3rd out of the inning. 1 left for San Diego. Still no score. Chris Bryant steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
First pitch on its way. Lays off 1-0. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. To short. Fielded by Ramirez. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
First baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1.
You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
And he falls behind 0-2. And this one's inside and high, 1-2 now. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Yeah, no way for him to be able to get out of the way of that one. And seeing as though he's the go-ahead run, probably wouldn't have tried too hard anyway.
Ben Zobrist ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Curveball just misses apparently, 1-0. One and 0 pitch on the way. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. Upton has to range back, but he'll make the catch near the line, and there are 2 men gone.
Well, we're still looking for that first run of the ball game. Thought for a second this might be it, but it just didn't have enough steam behind it.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Kyle Schwarber. He flew out in his last at-bat. Jorge Soler will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 68, Jorge Soler.
Now a changeup here to start things out, but that'll dip a bit too low, and it's 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Hot shot on the ground is short. Ramirez has it, and that will conclude matters here in the 7th. So it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now, and we still have no score. Jorge Soler will stay in the ballgame now and take over in left field.
Now playing left field, number 68,
Jose Pirela comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th. Miguel Mont's into the ballgame here as he takes over behind the plate.
number 47, Miguel Montero.
Neil Ramirez will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
54, Neil Ramirez.
Jose Pirela will stand in, and it's a bullpen game now. Both starters out as we begin inning number 8.
Yeah, both starters are out, and since we're tied, both starters not going to be involved in the decision.
On to the 8th here as a slider is taken to begin the at-bat. It's ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
2 times here they've gone away, both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
That one's more like it, he says. Back to 2-1 now.
And at the plate, if you've got an umpire helping you out, no reason to go after a borderline pitch on 2-0.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
No leadoff walk just yet as that finds the strike zone and the count comes full at 3-2. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. And there's your go-ahead base runner right away as this is down for extra bases. And your go-ahead run is in at second base here with a leadoff double.
The shortstop, number 10,
Well, that'll put the opposing team in big trouble as he gets the leadoff double. This game's tied. He's the go-ahead run out there, all pumped up about it, trying to get his teammates fired up as well.
Alexi Ramirez will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
In the air now out to right field. Soler on the move. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
And that's a good job in that situation. You'd love a base hit, but hey, the bottom line is you've got to produce a run, and he did.
Adam Rosales will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. Ouch, that comebacker appeared to get him in the arm. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the second out at first. And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher, and that was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee. But if there's one thing I know about this guy, he will not want to come out of this game. And from all indications, it looks like he's going to try to continue. Corey Spangenberg will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 15.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Called strike two with the letters. 0-2 now.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
Here's the 0-2. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Center fielder.
Well, you know, this is actually a much tougher play than it looks. First, he's got to barehand the ball. Then he's got to readjust his body to square himself up to first base. And when he winds up throwing it, he throws it poorly.
John Jay will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, guys, not really providing the spark that they usually hope to get out of him. Maybe he can make something happen right here.
Here comes the first pitch. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. Shot toward right center. In there, a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
And this is a tough task, facing a right-handed reliever with a good hard slider. He's not fazed by this pitch, and even on the inner half of the plate, drives this one for a solid base hit.
Here's Will Myers. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Nail-biting time now in that third base dugout.
Well, things are starting to spiral here, and you've got to make sure this doesn't spin completely out of control.
Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top, and just fire that thing in there.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball, 2-2.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you've got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Padres able to pick up 1 on a couple of hits. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Padres lead it 1-0. Carlos Villanueva is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Carlos Villanueva.
Addison Russell will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Hard liner toward short. And through into left field, so the tying runs aboard to kick off the inning.
It wasn't just that he was getting fastballs there. He was getting hittable fastballs. This catches a ton of the plate, and he turns it around for a solid single.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Jay over to his right. One down. Pitching certainly has been on display in this one, and there's the evidence of it right there. 1-0 our score, as there are an awful lot of zeros on that line score to this point. Tommy La Stella will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 2, Tommy La Stella.
Runners going. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw might have been in time, but it's high, and it allows his man to dive in safely.
Oh, and you know, we see it so often. The running game can really influence the outcome of a ball game, and here he's representing the tying run, but he's able to use that speed to take second base with 1 out.
1 out and a runner on second base. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Now a pickoff play at second, but the runner's back easily.
Keeping an eye on him.
Again, he sends it out of play. Trying to hold the lead. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
I love a guy that comes in late in the game and shows emotion on the mound. You got a guy in scoring position. You come up with a big punch out like that one right there, you better be fired up.
Dexter Fowler will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances, but he could make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Kemp has a read on it, and the inning is over. We'll see Matt Kemp start things out when we return. 9th inning coming up. Padres lead it 1-0. Back here in Chicago with a great view of downtown as we're set here to start the 9th inning from Wrigley Field. Trevor Cahill will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. And there is Matt Kemp now. He'll stand in against Trevor Cahill to get the inning underway. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Yeah, nice to get that call right out of the bullpen.
Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Hit hard up the middle. And there's a base hit, and this could wind up as an important insurance strike here as the leadoff man's aboard to start the ninth.
Well, that's a nice piece of defensive hitting right there. What I mean by that, with 2 strikes, you've got to open that zone up a little because you don't want to get caught looking at strike 3. So he lets it fly here on a pitch pretty well out of the zone, but he makes it work out for him.
The catcher, Derek Norris, is in.
Ball.
Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
Oh, he wanted that one. Probably should have got it, too.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Kemp runs. Hit in the air to shallow center. And that'll get down for a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
They're applying a little pressure here for one of the first times tonight.
Melvin
With runners at the
Upton
corners now
Jr.
with 1 away, so this becomes an opportunity they need to take advantage of.
Melvin Upton Jr. will step in, a ground-out victim his last time. Runners breaking for the plate. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. The tag, and he is out trying to steal home. Boy.
Well, I would be interested to know what was running through his head as he was breaking down the line. You know, when he saw the guy in the batter's box take a big swing at the ball, you have to figure that there was a missed sign somewhere, and you can laugh about it now, but really, that could have been very dangerous if he had connected with that ball.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
Yeah, he just chased out of the zone on that first pitch. This time he started to, but he wisely pulled it back.
Smoke toward third. Bryant scoops it up in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Jose Perella.
Jose Perella takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base. Looking to keep this a 1-run game, and a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Well, they're taking the smart approach right here. With that base open, you don't need to put them on intentionally, but you also don't need to groove anything.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Strike called, 2-1. Called strike on the sinker, 2-2 now. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Padres leave 1, but they're up 1-0.
Your attention, please.
And a save situation here, so on comes the right-hander Fernando Rodney. Jason Hayward will stand in to lead things off, as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one.
That first pitch change can be a tough one. A guy doesn't have any point of reference to work from, and he just can't help himself up there.
The short hit hard. Ramirez is there. On to first, and Rodney has himself a leadoff ground out to start the ninth.
Yeah, it's kind of been one of those days. There haven't been too many balls hit hard, and even when they do hit one hard, it's an atom ball.
Chris Bryant strides in, grounded out his last time through. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Boy, we've seen a lot of guys be late on that fastball tonight, and I think that all comes from being a little over-aggressive.
Lays off the circle change there, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
Rodney's ready. 1-1 pitch on its way. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. One out, nobody on. And that misses 2-2. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Yeah, and now just 1 out away from wrapping up this one, and that would certainly be a good way to start the series if they could take game 1 on the road.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in now. 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch so far. Now the pitch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. One strike from the shutout. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Wow, just a really great game to watch from beginning to end. A well-pitched 1-0 ball game. This is just a broadcaster's dream.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Padres win it 1-0. Good night from Chicago.
The final line score of our ball game tonight for the victorious San Diego Padres. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Cubs, no runs on only 2 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 20 minutes. A reminder that extra southbound CTA Red Line trains will be available at the Addison Street Station 1 block east of Wrigley Field. Northbound passengers are asked to board at the Sheridan Station. Post-game bus service will also be available on the 8 Halstead, 22 Clark, 152 Addison, and the 154 Wrigley Field Express routes.